keep eyeing off the clippers, and I'm just thinking, just get rid of all of it at the moment. But I'm not quite there yet, but I'm getting very, very close. Thinking about it daily, that's for sure. Hi everyone. I just thought I'd do another quick update after my last update, just to let you know why I haven't uploaded any other videos onto the channel just yet. I have recorded a few. I've recorded actually about 5 chapters of one of my books as well as a preamble for it. But as I was editing them, I realised that the audio that was being recorded on the phone is complete and utter trash. And the way that the actual recording was happening, it wasn't very compelling looking either. So it was trash audio, trash video, and what's the point of posting that? Because no one likes trash, or not many people like trash except to laugh at it. And as much as I like laughing at myself, I don't really want that to be the reason that anyone finds me or discovers my books. So I thought I would go back to the drawing board. I've bought myself a little lav mic that you can probably see just poking up at the bottom there, which will hopefully improve the audio all around that's being recorded through with the video, because it's still going to be easier to edit that in with the different timings and different syncs and all that sort of stuff than trying to edit the proper audio through. Now, with the ones that I've already recorded, I'm going to have a play and see whether maybe I can put the proper audio through, but there's some things that ended up happening with the chapters and the characters that I wasn't necessarily overly happy with, so I might just re-record them anyway, which means it will take a little bit longer to get anything up, but I'm hoping that I'll be able to record at least 2 or 3 today and get some up shortly. I have got some other videos recorded, one with a very specific release date that I don't want to release right now, and a couple of others that will come before too long, hopefully. They're just going to be random rambles of anything that comes into my head, so hopefully you can put up with me spilling BS long enough that, you know, you might get something out of them. If you've got any suggestions for anything you'd like to know about me, Q&As, anything that you want to know about my writing process, what there was, let me know, and I'm happy to make a video about some of them. I won't proclaim to be an expert because I'm definitely not. I'm just here for shits and giggles and hopefully letting people have a good time reading my books. I think one video that I do want to record, but it's just a matter of working out my thoughts on it properly, is some of the stuff I touched on the last time in regards to the writer's block and fear of failure and fear of success, and how they both coincide to make things very difficult and to stall things. So I'm, like I said, just trying to put my thoughts together a little bit more on that. At the moment, every time I've tried to either write or write about writing, I've just gone and played Assassin's Creed instead, because distraction, yay! It's a lot easier to deal with that than to actually confront what the problem is. And that's a terrible, terrible way to live. But at the moment, with all of this going on around the world, I'm doing what I can just to survive at the moment. So, you know, I am an introvert. It's not impacting me significantly in terms of direct impact, but there are little things like just the mental health of the family and of friends and stuff that obviously has a bit of an impact no matter what happens. So yeah, it's a bit frightening in terms of watching people I respected fall into conspiracy garbage, in terms of watching friends have meltdowns on the internet about things that are valid, but that I know that wouldn't have broken them 6 months ago. Yeah, so there's a lot of stuff happening around that that makes it a lot easier just to ostrich it and stick your head in the sand and ignore it all. But that doesn't help get things moving again. I was actually playing with uploading something. There was a version of one of my books that was having issues in the process of uploading it to other book suppliers because it had one little reference to Amazon in it, and Apple Books won't publish anything that has a reference to Amazon, which I can kind of understand. I don't know how you go when it's not actually Amazon the store, because all it picks up is the word Amazon, and it flags it. So I'm not sure whether there's some sort of contextual thing in the background that checks where in the book it is. Yeah, I was having issues with that for ages, and just the idea of having to update that just pushed me back and pushed me back. But I've finally done that, and it made me realise that I needed to go through and update the back matter of all of my books, because the mailing list that's in there no longer exists. The Facebook group I had for the readers no longer exists. These are all things that I shut down a while ago for various mental health reasons and various reasons to do with feeling a little bit betrayed by some of the people I thought I was really close to. A long story for anyone who's not in the industry or doesn't follow romance drama, but there was a book that was released that basically defended child sex abuse, and too many people that I had once respected fell into the path of, I don't care if it hurts people, they should just learn to not be as offended. And I get to a certain degree what they're saying, but there's tactful ways to say it and there's disrespectful ways to say it. If someone's saying to you, I can't believe that people adore this book because it reminds me of my abusers, and you say, well, it's fiction, get over it, it's just not the right way to handle it. And some of these people I forged friendships with, and they basically told me that they didn't care what hurt anyone or whether people had valid opinions about it. You should never bash a book, and they just said to move on. And I get some of their points, but the way they made them was very harsh. And I had plenty of people coming to me in my DMs talking to me about their stories of sexual abuse that thanked me for standing up for them when the rest of the community seemed to be on their back. And I know that wasn't the case because there was plenty of other people standing up, and I'm pretty sure they got the same sort of messages. But it was really hard to be in the romance community after that. And I think that's where the beginning of the end of my really prolific writing went, and trying to get my mojo back after that was hard. This wasn't supposed to be a video about poor me and pity me, but seems to always turn into that, doesn't it? I'll try to get better with that. I'm trying to get better with a lot of things, hence why I looked at the videos that I'd recorded and went, no, they're trash, I'm not going to post them. And I'm not saying these videos are the best. I'm not saying that everything is fantastic in them. In fact, I'm standing here doing the newscaster thing at the moment with no pants because it's too hot in this booth to wear anything, and it's too cold outside not to, so wear nice warm pants down and then rip them off while I'm in here. So that's some TMI for you if you wanted to know. In regards to recording the chapters, I also had the issue where the microphone and the tablet were sort of off to the side, and it just looked terrible because obviously I wasn't looking at the camera, which is going to happen because I'm reading. But the angle was bad and everything was bad, and it just looked really bad. You might see some of them, like I said, if I can edit some of them to be any good. But I've changed the setup now, hence why I've got this weird shadow on my chest. It's now directly in front of me, so I'll be reading, and hopefully it'll still look all right while I'm reading, even if I'm not making eye contact with the camera. So I'll see how that goes, and hopefully that will be an improvement. If it is an improvement, then I'll post that up. I tried different ways of getting the camera actually onto the stand, but I'm very limited in what I have in terms of tripods and space, and it's pretty crazy in this tiny little area. And even as it is, I'm at the angle I'm at with this video because of where my ring light has to be, and that then determines where the tripod that's mounted on the ring light has to be, and it's just lots of fun. But like I said, working within my budget, my timing, and my space, and this is what I've got. So hopefully it's good enough for everyone. So the other thing, the recordings that I've done, they were for a book that was quite serious and that started off a long series. And I thought maybe what would be better, both for people who don't know me and as an introduction, and also for myself just in terms of committing to something, is actually to go through and record the ones that are a bit more standalone. I kind of considered doing one of the really short ones, but all of those are in a male point of view, and they don't quite have the same depth of story that's fun to tell as some of the longer ones. So I'm thinking I'm probably going to record either Happily Ever After or The Art of Love, maybe both, maybe do a chapter of each. I'm not sure which one's going to go up first. I'll do a preamble video for whichever one I'm going to do. And yeah, I'll see how I go from there. I know this is a bit of a random video that doesn't make much sense and is just me rambling about crap, which is probably going to be most of my videos that aren't specifically reading a book, to be honest. But hopefully it's crap that interests a couple of people. Hopefully some people find something that's interesting or relatable in there. If you do, let me know. If you don't and you want me just to shut up, well, you can tell me. I may not listen to you because this is my little narcissistic corner of the internet that I can kind of do what I like on, and you can choose whether to follow me or not. So, other things I'm trying to, with the new lav mic, I'm hoping that the sound will be better quality. It does mean that I have less time to record because the hot water system that's just right there, but previously it didn't get picked up by the phone, but it is getting picked up by this microphone. So I'm thinking that I'm going to have to restrict the amount of time that I have recording, or I can record videos without it, and then the chapters with it. I don't know, I've still got to have a look at that. I'll see how this recording turns out once I actually get it back upstairs and edit it to see what happens. The other option is I'm going to have to look at somewhere else in my house for my little recording studio, but I don't have a lot of space. We've got a very tiny house, so there's not a lot of places where I can put even this little amount of space that I've got. There's not a lot of other places where I can do it, especially none that are enclosed enough that the sound deadening is going to be effective in any way, shape or form. But yeah, that's my little rant about that and my little update about that. And my little update in general about the books and everything. So that's why I've had no chapters up. As soon as I can get any chapters up that aren't complete and utter trash, I will do that. And I'm hoping one will be up in the next couple of days. Otherwise, I'll see you next time. Bye.